So let's do that. Okay. Now, Seth. Happy Valentine's Day. Thank you. Can you please like the live? Thank you so much. Have a great Valentine's Day tomorrow / today, if it's already Valentine's Day for you today. Thank you. Okay. Okay, so sorry. Now we will talk about quasars. So radio telescopes first surveyed the sky in the mid-20th century. So since somebody asked about quasars and I gave you a little bit of an introduction already, now let me give you the super duper formal introduction from this book called Foundations of Astrophysics by Barbara Ryden and Bradley M. Peterson. Thank you so much to the authors as usual. They were my professors and we are most indebted to their awesome book. Radio telescopes first surveyed the sky in the mid-20th century. These first surveys showed that the optical counterparts of most radio sources were galaxies. The radio galaxies discussed in the next section that we also mentioned as a category of active galaxies. However, some radio sources did not have obvious counterparts. Ambiguity arose because of the poor angular resolution of single dish radio telescopes. Once better radio positions were obtained, it was found that the radio sources were associated with blue star-like objects. So that's where we get quasi-stars, because we thought that they were actually stars, but they were not. Turns out that they were galaxies, but we'll find out. This was unusual. Stars are not generally strong radio sources. So this is where we scratched our head. We're like, these are radio sources. And so this is where we basically found the radio loud, what we call very bright in radio, types of quasars first. We thought that they were stars because they were so star-like or point-like. Thank you for liking the live. Can we get 20 likes? But they turned out to be some very interesting galaxies, actually. So it seemed clear that they were not stars. So their star-like appearance led to the name quasi-stellar radio source, which was later contracted to quasar. So it's really, we call them quasi-stellar, quasi-star, quasi-stellar, later on quasar. So we will look at an example of a quasar here in a bit, 3C273. You can even Google this yourself and we will look at the picture here, 3C273, one of the first quasars to be identified. Note how the quasar, so we will look at it, but when we look at galaxies, they are more of an extended, when we really zoom in on galaxies, they look like a more extended body. Now that body can have a spiral shape, an elliptical shape, an irregular shape. Even the large Magellanic Cloud and the small Magellanic Clouds, they are still galaxies. They're irregular shaped, more extended bright objects. So they're not point-like or star-like. They're still galaxies. But in this case, it was weird because they strongly resembled stars, but they were also very bright in radio. So note how the quasars more strongly resembles the stars in the field of view than the two fuzzy extended galaxies at the left of the figure. So we will look at this in just a bit.